Morning, everybody. Pastor Sam with your verse of the day for Gospel Gunslingers. We're going to continue with Dad, How Do I? Part 2. Isaiah 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So you see in this Dad, How Do I series, everybody's coming around and talking about how badly they've been hurt by men, etc., 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 etc. And what's missed is that we are an endangered species. We have been cut out from the earth. We have been exterminated. We have been the target of an extermination probe. And that's why there's so many offenders and so many emasculated, so many eunuch types, and so many that have gone after the wisdom of this world. They've embraced their chains. And this is also why those of us that are still out here that are free, we have a lot of battle scars. And we remember many acts of treason against us. And we have a bad attitude about people coming around and saying, oh, hey, I want to be like you. Oh, hey, teach me. You know what? I have every right. I have every right to deal with black belts only after myself being a black belt for 25 years. So I can tell any punk kid that comes around, do you have a black belt? All right, well, I'll see you in 5 years. You go find yourself some crummy style, and you go earn a black belt, and then we'll talk. You know, that can be just hurdle number one. Isaiah 4th chapter, 1st verse. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. This was the status in Israel at different times where there had been an extermination program. And so now everybody thinks that they could just come running and get their little queer hug. You know, one kid from the youth group came at me that way, and I stuck him. I stuck him right in his tracheal notch. And he stopped like that, and then finally ran away. What the heck do you think you're doing, coming running over to me for a gay hug when I'm standing right here next to your lady chaperone having an adult conversation? Ridiculous. So I want you to remember that this Oakley-Dokley-ness, this Flanders-esque masculinity is not what you're going to get if you ever find a real man. I'm here at the Tomb of David. This is the general's tomb that he was never buried in. It's just a monument that the men of old are gone. They're gone. They're in the past. The least that we can do, those of us that are moving forward, that are seeking, that are throwing off everything that hinders, the least we can do is try to be like our forebears, like our forefathers. Study the Hebrews of the Word just a little bit and get in and check that out. But the fact is, we have been the ones that are cast off. We have been the victims. Look, everything else does not present a danger, okay, to the New World Order. Does not present a danger to the ruling powers. Only patriarchal Protestant Christian masculinity. So we're the ones that have been hunted. You know, you go in the woods, you'll see a lot of little Bambis, you'll see a lot of fawns, but the thing that you will rarely see is the rangy old buck that has escaped many attempts on his life. And that's what he's used to, and that's what he's accustomed to, is every encounter bringing danger of extermination. And so, guess what? That's what we're used to. So those of you out there that want somebody to show you the ropes, to show you the wisdom of God, to show you the secret of masculinity and manhood and fatherhood and what it is to be of full stature in the man of Christ, you're going to have to bang on the door. You're going to have to prove yourself. You're going to have to prove yourself worthy of coming under tutelage. And I'll tell you what happens when anybody comes around. They find they have to paint a fence, they find they have to sand a floor, and all of a sudden they're crying and playing the victim. Well, you know what? Yeah. Just get over it. Just get over it, and then maybe you can begin the walk of preparing yourself to find a mentor who will, rare as hen's teeth out in this world, rarer than the gold of Ophir, maybe you'll have a chance at getting some of their time. I'm Pastor Sam.